A new poll suggests that Trump would win if the election was held today because throw this up there on the screen, Chuck. Let me walk everybody through this. New poll suggests Trump would win the election today because women and black voters regret their choice and 14% would choose another candidate. If the next election were held today, Trump would beat Biden 43 to 37%. 51% of voters say Biden is more to blame for Afghanistan than Trump. The numbers come from a new Rasmussen poll taken August 16th to 17th. So Rasmussen is a right-wing polling outlet. Take it with a grain of salt. They're hard evidence of voter discontent with how Biden is handling the crisis. Rasmussen's latest data comes from a poll aggregator, showed Biden's favorability dip down below 50% for the first time during his presidency. So now normally in the past, I would have dismissed a Rasmussen poll out of hand because they lean in a right-wing direction. Their stuff is not really objective or neutral or fair. But the reason I'm presenting this to you now is because you got to keep it real. In the 2016 election and the 2020 election, the right-wing pollsters, Trafalgar and Rasmussen, were more correct than the so-called left-wing pollsters or just the truly neutral pollsters. So since that's the fact of the matter, I think you have to take their stuff a little bit more seriously. Do I take it completely at face value? No. But they're in the conversation. They're in the conversation. That's true. So do I buy this? A little bit. I do. Biden has dipped in every category. There was one area where he didn't, and that was Afghanistan. But now after that relentless wall of media propaganda and fake outrage campaign, now he's plummeted on Afghanistan as well, even more so than any of the other issues. So you have COVID surging. We haven't, since the original stimulus bill, we haven't had much else to help people economically. And you have what's going on in Afghanistan, which 60% of Americans want to get out. But now with the wall of propaganda, somehow Biden's approval is dropping, even though we did exactly that. So, yeah, I think generic Republican might beat generic Democrat or might beat Biden at this exact moment. And the real issue, though, forget the presidency. The real issue is like the House and the Senate with gerrymandering. And, I mean, the Democrats have put themselves in a position where they need to win by like 6 or 7 points to even like hold on to the numbers they have now. And right now they're basically tied with the Republicans in overall numbers, which means they're going to lose by a lot. So, I mean, guys, you have the Republican Party stands for nothing good. And they're just bitching about the culture war nonstop. But it turns out, if you don't make the case for the positive things you did, and you don't really aggressively sell a positive vision for the future, you're in no man's land. And I do feel bad for Biden because everybody turned on him over Afghanistan. They shouldn't have. He's right on that. But, man, is he taking a beating. And right now, the only real contender on the right would be Trump. I guess you could say DeSantis is second if Trump doesn't run, but Trump definitely wants to run as of right now. It's just a question of can he survive that long, right? So we'll see. But is it sort of panic time? It is sort of panic time if you're on the Democratic side because you got to brag more about the good shit that you did, like the stimulus checks, for example, and the child tax credit and the extended unemployment. You got to brag more about that shit, own it more. And you have to fight for Bernie's new bill, which has a number of phenomenal things in it. And I would go on the offense over Afghanistan, not the defense. But they're never going to do that. The Democrats are now investigating Joe Biden over the best thing he did. The Democrats are investigating Biden over the withdrawal from Afghanistan. So, it really looks bad. It really looks bad. I can't lie to you guys. For the first time in my life, we had a president who I think did the right thing on a very important issue. That was getting out of Afghanistan. And the entire world has turned on him over that one good thing. So if you want good things to keep happening, we need to change the narrative on that and change it ASAP. But right now, yeah, you could press the panic button because if the election was today, Trump would win. I think that's probably true.